Then attention turned to the North London derby at White Hart Lane. Spurs were chasing Chelsea, but also mindful of a 14-point lead over their most bitter rivals.
Football is a game of constant change. Nothing stays the same forever. Except, it seems at the moment, the gap between Chelsea and Spurs. All they can do now is get back to where they were in that hunt. Only a win will do today. The Tottenham team is changed by 2 from Wednesday's gritty victory at Crystal Palace as Kieran Trippier and Son Heung-min come back in, replacing Kyle Walker and Moussa Dembele, who picked up a knock to the ankle in midweek. For Arsenal, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, Aaron Ramsey and Olivier Giroud return to start, with Messrs Bellerin, Coquelin and Walcott back to the bench. It's 3-4-3 again, and the chance to scupper their rivals' title hopes in their last ever visit to this ground should fire every Arsenal heart. One way or another, this is the day. It could be the day that Spurs finally end 21 years of Arsenal celebrating St Totteringham's Day. And they confirm their finish above Spurs in the league table. The Spurs win will mean that they will finish on top for sure between these two at the end of the campaign. And it will also keep them in touch with Chelsea, as Harry Kane puts the pressure on right from the start and brings a save from Petr Cech. That's just the start that every Spurs fan in the ground would have wanted to see. Ball given away by Oxlade-Chamberlain. And Kane finally got the ball under control to fire in his first salvo. Monreal. Gibbs didn't look before he played that one straight to Trippier. Got a reaction from Arsene Wenger, that too. Through to Kane, who's onside. Might need some assistance now. Might not. It's deflected, it's Dele Alli. And he didn't get enough on it, if anything. What an opportunity for Spurs. Kane is onside, you can see that. Gabriel was a little slow in moving out of defence. Does really well to hold the ball up there, Harry Kane. And it is just a glance off the head of Dele Alli as it loops up off the boot of Koscielny. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain did his best to put him off. Oxlade-Chamberlain. Gabriel. Given away to Wanyama, who's looking for Son. It's over the pretty helpless Giroud. Son's past Oxlade-Chamberlain. Son's gone for goal. And it's missed again, this time by Eriksen. Open goal, and it's blazed wide by the Dane. Wonderful work by Son as Oxlade-Chamberlain overcommitted. And Christian Eriksen will replay that over and over again in his mind until he takes the next chance that comes to him. Oxlade-Chamberlain, it's an ambitious attempt to find Alexis Sanchez. Awkward though for Toby Alderweireld. Davis. Here's Ozil. Just behind Ramsey. Ramsey now goes for goal and brings a save from Hugo Lloris. Curling inside that post all the time. Lloris does well to get across. Mauricio Pochettino on the prowl, I'm sure still thinking about the 2 big chances that his team has had. Wanyama. Trippier. I think the idea was to pull it back to Son. It very nearly worked anyway because Ramsey couldn't get his feet sorted out. Where Son's positioned and Trippier sees him, he just doesn't quite play the right ball in. Nevertheless, corner for Spurs. Son makes the move near. Eriksen always going over him. Here's Vertonghen. Vertonghen to hit it! Cech beats the ball away. It's Gabriel who's screaming at his teammates. As to why Vertonghen wasn't closed down here. Ali. Where to next? It's Son again. Nice footwork. And again to dig it out to Trippier. There's Wanyama, and it's tipped over the top by Petr Cech. That was goal-bound. Excellent persistence shown by Son Heung-min. And Wanyama strode onto that so confidently. Son. Kane got the right side of Gabriel. That's come to Dele Alli. Eriksson. Super play. Great save, Cech. No, it's in. Dele Alli's turned it in. And Spurs are turning it on. Dele Alli scores his 21st goal of another fantastic season. This is a huge one. He was hungry to get in there in the first place. Eriksson was so skillful. And as Cech did his bit for the Gunners, Ali stayed switched on. He's watching that all the way. He's quicker than Gibbs. He's in front of Xhaka, and Spurs are in front in the North London derby. Nothing Oxlade-Chamberlain could do to keep it out. Feel that relief. Tottenham Hotspur 1, Arsenal 0. Wanyama. Kane. Gabriel. It's a penalty. No matter how strongly the Arsenal players complain, Nacho Monreal saying Harry Kane dived. The decision won't change. Kane took on Gabriel. Did he win the ball? Did he get the timing right? No, he didn't. Taps the floor. Michael Oliver saw it like a hawk. Harry Kane has scored in the last 4 Premier League meetings of Tottenham and Arsenal. If he nets again now, they will have valuable breathing space. Dele Alli's got one. Harry Kane usually gets one. And Tottenham Hotspur have 2. How this afternoon has turned for them in the space of 2 or 3 minutes. Alli and Kane, the deadly double act. Tottenham Hotspur 2, Arsenal 0. They are still chasing down Chelsea. That is dispatched. Not only chasing down Chelsea, but this looks like it is the day when Spurs' position above Arsenal in the Premier League table at the end of the season is confirmed. St Tottenham's day is over this year. It's not happening this year. The Tongans ball in, Alderweireld. It was blocked, and crucially so, by Gibbs. Something different as Eriksson moves away and allows Ben Davies to take this one, and it's a good one. Wanyama and Dele Alli in one another's way. That's Vertonghen! Well, he hasn't scored since October 2013. That would be the way to crown it for Tottenham today. What a good save it is by Petr Cech, because that is going in for a worldie. Deep to Wanyama. And ball shouts came from fans, not players. The Tongan. Here's Son. Shouts for handball again. No penalty, it's a corner. Harry Kane can't believe it. Son disbelieving too, as Alexis Sanchez indicates to everybody where it hit him. Now, this was a good shout by Son. The ball stayed in. Oh, Sanchez lifts his arms and blocks it, and knows what he's doing to block it. It didn't come off the area he was indicating afterwards. Oxlade-Chamberlain. Welbeck waited for it. Wanyama so sharply in. Ali left, Kane right. It's Harry Kane. And Cech came out at just the right time. I don't think the first touch of Kane particularly helped him. That sums up the day Victor Wanyama's had. He's been immense at the heart of the Tottenham midfield. Alderweireld being followed around the 6-yard box by Koscielny. It is Alderweireld, and it's palmed clear by Cech. He's produced some super saves today. Only it seems to be on the losing side. Well, Petr Cech has certainly done everything that he can do for Arsenal. Super header from Toby Alderweireld. It is quite close to Cech, but he has to react really smartly. Kane. Not able to turn and keep possession. Ozil does. Walcott. Just behind Alexis Sanchez. Reacted well. Here's Ramsey. There's Walcott. Straight at Lloris. Arsenal's best chance for some time. In the last few minutes, they have threatened to spark a grandstand finish, but they won't be finishing like that. For 21 years, the Gunners have finished above Spurs, but not this season. Tottenham Hotspur 2, Arsenal 0.
Very good afternoon. Very happy for the player. Very happy for our fans. I think it was a complete performance. So proud about the performance of the team.
Arsene, was it 2 minutes? Did you lose the game in a very quick space of time?
Yes, we did lose the game in a very quick space of time, and the goals came quickly. And after that, you could see it took us time to recover.
Where did you think it did go wrong? Was it just those 2 minutes, or was it a bit more than that?
It was a bit more than that. I think all Spurs deserve to win, and we have to accept it and analyse it well and be realistic enough.
Well, Dele, how's it feel to get your first North London derby victory?
Yeah, finally. I think you know, the boys deserve a lot of credit. It was a strong performance today. I think everyone could see it from the start. You know, we had a lot of belief and determination to make sure we did win the game, not only for the players but for the fans as well. And I think yeah, it was a real solid performance.
I think we knew, everyone knew before the game that Chelsea won, so we knew we had to go out there, and we know our game to make sure we are where we are, and if they make a mistake, we're there. But of course they're on a good run, and the same as we, but hopefully we'll beat at the end.
For me, it's so important to try to win the title. That is our aims. But I understand our fans, that they are so happy, and to after 22 years be above Arsenal for them is fantastic. But for us too. But I want to win the title, and we will try. That is our focus.
You've not had a good afternoon, have you? You had to watch that, and then 606 callers were feeling sorry for you.
Sorry for me.
Sympathy.
Yeah, it was a hard one to take, but credit where it's due. They were very, very good. Deserve everything they get at the moment because they've been working very hard for the last couple of years. So
a complete performance, Mauricio Pochettino called it.
Do you know what? They're playing with a confidence and an arrogance, if you like. They're all at it. They work together. They know what they're doing, which is a big difference tactically. And, you know, we're going to see that. I mean, they switched back to the 4. Arsenal played the 3-4-3, where they played when they beat City. Fair enough. He thinks, you know, we beat City, bit of confidence. Tottenham went back to a 4, and then a 2, and then a 3, and then a 1, which is how they've played for a lot of the last 2 years. So they all knew the jobs, and it won the game. They did Arsenal tactically. Talk about effort and application later. 2v1 down the sides. Sanchez and Ozil, who were either side of Giroud, should be getting back and doubling up, and they didn't. I don't know whether they were told not to or they just didn't want to do it. So you've got midfielders coming out from the central areas, not knowing whether to press, not getting near the ball. This is both sides, all the first half. Here, Oxlade-Chamberlain ends up as a centre-half and Gabriel's right wing-back. I mean, that's a shambles. Because Oxlade-Chamberlain's not a centre-half, just in case anyone didn't know. And they didn't... It looked like they were just put together and they weren't talking. No one was saying, get back here, help me. The back 3 here, one's pressing into Dele Alli. Gabriel's dropping, so he plays Kane on side. Trippier's out too easy. No one's helping Sanchez out. He's probably just been to press the goalkeeper. It's just too easy. I mean, they don't have to do anything to get in the box. When they get there, there's a 4v2. Ali's in at the back, in the middle of the full-back in the centre-half. Son's on the edge of the box free. Oxlade-Chamberlain somehow prevents Dele Alli from getting the goal. And look, Tottenham, while they're attacking, still organised at the back. And what it says to me is that you've got one coach who works damn hard at making sure the players know what they're doing. And if they don't do it, they don't play. And on the other hand, you've got a group of players who don't particularly look tactically like they know what they're doing.
And this is hypothetical, so it might be difficult to answer. But if that had been the other way round, and Spurs have been struggling in the first half and have been caught out with a new formation or what the opposition were doing with their formation, Mauricio Pochettino would have changed it a lot quicker than Arsene Wenger did today.
Possibly, but the other difference with that, even if Tottenham were having a bad day, like early in the season I saw them having a bad day against Liverpool. Liverpool at White Hart Lane tactically did them. They were causing them a lot of problems. But the Tottenham players were digging in.
Yeah.
They were all getting back. They were all trying their best to stay in. And then, and I didn't see that with Arsenal. And that's got to come down to the coaching staff and the manager.
So digging in, well coached, well drilled, all doing their jobs, knowing what they're doing. The complete opposite of what you saw from your former club.
Yeah, and it was sad to see. You know, this is a North London derby, and you know, you look at like this instance here. You look where Giroud is. We're going to see him at the top here. He's got to get himself in here. He's got to get himself in between those two centre halves. He doesn't do it. The ball comes back to Oxlade-Chamberlain. When we stop it, great ball to him. Sanchez running into the channels, brilliant stuff. No one goes to support him. Look, still no one in the picture. This is North London. No one in the picture.
What happens now? What happens now for Arsenal?
I don't know. Arsene Wenger, they projected Wenger out on Ivory last night. I still believe that the owner, Kroenke, and his son Josh, something's got to be said now. The silence is deafening from them. I believe that the Arsenal fans, they deserve to hear something from them. What direction the club is going in now. It looks like there's a good... we may not finish in the top four. A difficult game against Chelsea in the final. If Arsenal do not win that and don't finish in the top four, somebody from the board have got to come out and tell the fans where this club's going.
If you were both 23, 24 this summer, about to go into the prime of your career, and both Arsenal and Spurs make a bid for you, and they'll pay you exactly the same amount of money, who would you sign for?
That's probably one of the easiest questions, isn't it? You go to Spurs all day long.
That's a really tough question.
But if you're being honest, it's not a difficult one because one's doing that at the moment and the other one's doing that.
Well, that's, you know, it's
then attention turned to the North London derby.
Live television. You know, with my club on the floor and Tottenham flying. I'm not going to say the answer.
He wouldn't suit the new style kits, mate.
No,
not at the moment.
He's not the only one. But it would say on the title, even though the gap is still 4 points with 3 to go.
Well, they have to believe. The fixtures suggest that Chelsea would have to really mess up. But while they're playing like that, and they've got the fans behind them, go out every game, enjoy it, win your games, and just keep your fingers crossed. You never know.
A testament to them.
OK. I am sorry about that.
No problem, my friend.
All right. You're going to tell me off?
It's not about me. It's not about me.
No. You're going to have a go at me during this next game, I know. Middlesbrough's midweek win over Sunderland was their